Okay, fellas, look, we've got new side pods on the car this weekend, but we've only got 2, so you've got 1 each. So Mick, don't hit anything, and Gio, if you hit something, you can have Mick, so don't worry about it. Just don't hit 2 things. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Forza Ferrari. We are at the Austrian Sprint Weekend today, so we're going to be quick because we've got a lot to do. And of course, last race, 3 1/1000ths of a second. Giovinazzi was beaten by Verstappen. It's left a little bit of a gap in the constructors and now a 7-point gap in the drivers. And well, it was just, we were that close, weren't we? It was a magnificent recovery drive, 17th to 2nd in the end. But we need to try and get back to winning ways today if we're going to get... we need to beat Verstappen. If that's a win, then I guess that's fantastic. Now, 1 or 2 things to catch you up on the car. Both cars, as I alluded to there, have the new the new side pods on. We only have 2 of them, so basically if Mick crashes, he's done. He gets the old one. If Giovinazzi crashes, Mick gets the old one. Yeah, so hopefully for Mick's sake no one crashes. And on the facility side of things, we did end up going and refurbishing the wind tunnel and the suspension simulator. I didn't want to do an upgrade of either of them because it would have put our money quite a ways down, so I just went with the refurbish for now, and we'll reassess upgrades maybe a little bit later on. So let's have a quick look at what we're expecting here. We are expecting wet qualifying and a wet race. The sprint will be dry, so it's going to be a nice relaxing day for me, this one. Red is sector 1, blue sector 2, yellow sector 3 for qualifying. We can see the sections by speed there. Long straights followed by slow corners, more or less. So top speed, high speed cornering, and DRS effectiveness. Time considerations, we can see there the virtual safety car or safety car does save you 7 seconds. A 2-stop is the fastest way to go, so I imagine that's what we'll be looking to do. And we can see there that the soft tyre is half a second a lap quicker than the hard, a couple of tenths than the medium, and the drop-off rate is... it doesn't look like a sort of race that would be... It looks like it would be more of a 1-stop, doesn't it? Anyway, we'll see what we get when we get in there. And performance targets. Qualifying position, someone in the top 4, we'd like to think so. Of course, we definitely failed that last time out where both cars were knocked out in red Q1, though that was mostly, I would say, down to my incompetence and a red flag. Alright, let's go and off to Austria, see how heavy that rain. It looks like a heavy rain, doesn't it, for Friday? Maybe only light for the race. So indeed, heavy rain for qualifying, light rain for the race. We've got 1 practice session to try and nail this setup, so I'll go and do that now. Alright, so we've done our 1 free practice session. It did rain a little bit during it. We were 9th and 10th, just on a hard tyre though, so that's promising. And yeah, setup is a little bit of a mystery. In fact, we'll find out together how we did. So untested, 95 is the highest. So that looks like it could be okay. And Mick, 68. Looks like we've done maybe a little bit better there than we could have. So yeah, it's always tough with just 1 free practice session. It looks like it is raining though. So... yeah, well, we'll find out how far we go momentarily here. Hopefully no red flags this time. Alright, so we are going straight out on an intermediate tyre. It looks like there's more rain coming. Now, of course, the one benefit to a sprint weekend is that if we do stuff this up, we have 2 chances, basically, to make up for it. So, Mick has done the half a second a lap faster than Gio, so that's not great. For Gio anyway, but let's get an idea shortly how that's going to stack up, and Verstappen slotted in the middle, so you imagine that that's going to be okay. Track has briefly changed to dry, so that's not ideal. I wonder if we could sneakily get out on a soft before it goes to damp again. It's just gone to damp again, so that's probably not worth doing. Have I got there in time? The issue, of course, now is that these are going to be good track conditions, and we've missed it, perhaps. All right, now looking at this, it's going to go dry at the very end, so we might need to be patient. This is what got me in trouble in the first one, wasn't it? First one in Canada, I should say. So what we're going to try and do here is we're going to try and send them out for a lap on the Inter. Why won't it let me send Giovinazzi out? Stop stuffing me around, game. Not in the mood. Not in the mood. This is tense. Alright, so we'll send them out on an interlap. Hopefully, they'll get themselves inside where they need to be on that lap. Mick's just got a whole bunch of traffic there, hasn't he? Which isn't going to have helped him. Here comes Giovinazzi on his. And so Mick goes 6th.
Currently P6.
So that's not bad. Giovinazzi, he's coming around on his lap now. Where is he? He's there. He is only 18th. Giovinazzi is in trouble here. But again, the track should be about to go dry for us. And all this could be for nothing, basically. If that is the case. 5 minutes to go. We'll sit and wait as long as we possibly can. And try and... okay, so there's the track going to dry now. Still got 4 minutes to go here. What we don't need to do is get stuck in everybody's traffic. Track is as dry as it's going to get, so let's get out now. And hopefully... well, we might block other people's laps, but not block our own. Giovinazzi is very close behind the back of the Williams. You don't need to be there, Gio, if I'm completely honest with you, mate. You could have backed off a little bit more, but here we go. Giovinazzi in 19th. Needs to not stuff this up. And we know that he does tend to stuff things up in qualifying. It's his great weakness. And worryingly, perhaps, both cars... oh, what's happened there? Both cars seem to be getting slowed up by Mick. Now, we did put Mick on a soft tyre, didn't we? There may well be a situation here where, again, we find both cars out in Q1. Mick's pulling away a little bit now from the Williams. Let's see. Mick goes only 13th. Giovinazzi only 15th. And Giovinazzi's out. Jesus. And for the second race in a row, both cars out in Q1. Alright, so you're going to laugh about this. I forgot to record the sprint race. Dumbass. So we did well. 9th and 10th is where we ended up. I'm so sorry. That was a good run too. We came forward, which was good. We eased Giovinazzi past Mick at the end. And yeah, so we'll start 9th and 10th. The gap, obviously, Verstappen's got another 8 points now on Giovinazzi, but we'll just have to see if we can win the actual race now, won't we? I'm such a dumbass. I can't believe I did that. Anyway, it's a 2-stop, isn't it? I think we can brush aside any thoughts of it being a 1-stop. There is a part of me that wonders if that middle stint should be a hard tyre. Because the hard tyre wasn't a terrible one, was it? Or more to the point, the medium tyre wasn't a terrible one, and we've got 2 mediums, 3 softs, and a hard. Alright, well, let's go soft, and then a medium at the end. Try and make up our positions early on in the race with a tyre advantage. I think that probably works. And then with Mick, I'm not tempted by a 1-stop. 1-stops are boring. Alright, so with Mick, maybe we'll do the soft, medium, soft, and we'll kind of see what works out best that way. Yeah, I mean, the race pace is there. Again, sorry you guys didn't see the sprint. That's just me being, I don't know what I was doing. But the race pace is definitely there for us. We just need to not hit anything, and we should be fine. We should be fine. We've got a very, very quick car. We could even win it. Shouldn't have said that. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. You know, the funny thing is about not doing the sprint race recording scenarios. I was sitting here talking away, having a great old time, and yeah, I wasn't recording. So, I believe I did that. Anyway, we see, oh, there's a hard tyre there. What else have we got here? So a lot of them are on hard tyres, which suggests 1-stop, doesn't it? Unless they're doing hard, soft, which could work, I suppose. But we definitely want to try and make the most of these soft tyres early on then, whilst we're up against the hard tyres. But a real mix. So many hard tyres, actually. I'm really surprised by that. But anyway, late on the brakes there, Giovinazzi. Can he go and get Norris into the hairpin without running up the back of somebody else? Not quite. And in fact, Mick has cruised past, which isn't really what we wanted. But anyway, early days yet. We'll get some overtakes done, I'm sure, especially once DRS comes in. So guess who's just remembered it's going to rain? No wonder there's so many hard tyres. I'm not having a good day today, am I? Forgot to record the sprint race and forgot it was going to rain. So about lap 40. How are we doing on lap 40? I mean, we're going to have to stop twice with the soft, starting on a soft, aren't we? So, yeah, I mean, I guess nothing changes. We just, yeah, Alright, so we've just got ourselves stuck in a little bit of an Alpine blockage here. We'll obviously be trying to clear this as quickly as possible. if we can do this, then we're essentially ahead of all the hard tyre runners except for Verstappen. There's a yellow flag. A safety car would do us wonders. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get one. Yeah, we just need to try and make the most. I don't know why I just completely forgot about it being a wet race or rain coming during the race. So, yeah, it's just a bit stupid, really, isn't it? We can see the leaders up there. We're not too far away, and it might come back to us. You know, if we can push tyres harder. Anybody that's on a hard tyre to the to the rain is going to really struggle by the time they're sort of getting to the rain. So, yeah, we'll see if we could get the other Alpine here. That would be very helpful, Mick. That would be very helpful, and I think we have actually just gone and done it. So he needs to go now because he's got a pit stop coming up shortly, and there's no point holding back. We've just got to try and get as big a gap as we can, and that leaves us now with Giovinazzi, who needs to try and do something similar. And it looks like we're going to lose out again to the Alpine. The problem, of course, is that we lose the, when we're in front, we don't have DRS, and then we tend to just get overtaken again. So let's see if we can. So you got to really kind of break the DRS, and it's a big push to do that, which is a bit of a struggle. I'm wondering if with both cars, maybe we go onto a medium. That might be the sensible thing to do, I think. So I think that's what we will do. We just need somebody to go a lap further, which we'll probably pit Mick first and then Gio, I think. But we'll see. Only 15 laps in though, still a long way to go. Plus rain, of course. All right, now Mick is coming in this lap. I've decided to go medium. I actually thought of the idea of going onto a hard and seeing. The rain it looks to me like it's right on the edge of... oh, did I not call him in this lap? Mick, I meant to call you in that lap, mate. So this is going to put us in a bit of a tough position. Gio, you're going to need to try and do... Oh, I'm not having a good day, am I? I'm really not. Alright. That's fine. It's all going to be okay, I'm sure. So Gio will come in. I'll call him in now. Next lap, and we'll go on to a medium tyre with him as well. And yeah, hopefully that will all work out okay. So we'll go Mick on harvest coming into the pits and try and harvest up a little bit of extra battery. And let's see what sort of stop we get. We've got someone in front of us. Russell's coming into the pits as well. We block him in, so that's good. Is it a quick one? It's 3. That's acceptable-ish. And so now Giovinazzi will be coming in this lap. And yeah, so we'll see where this brings us out. So Mick is all the way down there in 17th. And ideally, we wouldn't have been harvesting there. But anyway, hopefully we'll make quick work of Guan Yu Zhou here. And in comes Giovinazzi now to put on his medium tyre. And what's he going to get? 3.1. So we're not quite at our very best in the pits, but as long as they're under 10 seconds, I'm okay with things these days. So Mick is where is he? Has he got Guan Yu Zhou? He has, and he's got Carlos Sainz not a million miles in front of him. In fact, we've got a full battery. Let's go and use it because this, while we're on new tyres and others aren't, is going to be our time to shine. And if we can shine without using too much of the tyres up, then that's going to be a good thing for us as well. And we don't want to use too much of the tyres up, of course. So George Russell's done fastest lap. Where's Russell? So he's up there in 11th. So we'll see. We'll see how far we can get back. I mean, the whole weekend's been a disaster. So double Q1 elimination, not recording the sprint race, forgetting it was raining. Other than that, it's gone okay. Alright, so the rain is predicted to start in about a minute's time. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to be going on to wets, of course, in a minute. Now, a lot of cars have stopped. We're sort of just catching the hard runners now, as that indeed is the start of the rain. But they've come out onto softs. Now, as we could see, it didn't look like it was going to go to be particularly wet particularly quickly. So I'm hopeful that, you know, we're going to get a good way into sort of another 10 laps or more before we actually need to do that. And so hopefully the soft tyre runners will be starting to go off a little bit. But we're in amongst it now. Verstappen is still a little ways out in front, but his lap times, if we have a look here, 108s to 106s that we're doing. So we are significantly quicker. And the hard tyre runners are quite, it looks as though anyway, they're going to be quite easy to pick off. So that's obviously a positive thing for us. And if we have a little bit more longevity in our medium tyres and the soft runners are going to have, then that can only be a good thing as well as we go and get Albon. And I feel like all we've done is past McLaren's this race. But anyway, we do need Giovinazzi to get a bit of a hurry up, if I'm honest. But yeah, it's not running very quickly. We'll see what happens in 2 minutes' time, I suppose. But there we go. So that should get him past Stroll, and then he needs to try and hurry up and get onto the back of the next car to get the DRS. So yeah, we'll see how quickly this rain develops and whether the medium tyre was the right or wrong tyre to go onto. Oh, and we've got a virtual safety car. Giovinazzi has just overtaken somebody now.
Yeah, okay.
Is this a time to come in and put on an Inter?
BSC deployed.
Ricardo has crashed, so he's going to be out.
Keep on your delta.
Alright, so let's have a quick look here. Track details. Is that going to be an Inter? We're roughly half... it's going to be borderline. It might be enough. It might be enough. Because we're roughly halfway there now. And what was the it was just below 50, wasn't it? Where's it say the track condition? Let's just go back here for a second. I think it's close enough to take the risk and box here. So we're going to do that, and hopefully it's going to work out for us. It's going to save us some time. And, well, I'll do something right today. But the way this has been going, as there is some cars coming in, but the way this has been going, you fully expect this to go horribly wrong. The double stack will backfire, and as we wait... There's not much we can do about that. You've got to wait for traffic. And it looks... Where are we going to come out here? Well, we'll have to have a look once everything settles down where we are. We are, of course, now on... we can conserve fuel. On the right tyre. Everybody else is going to owe us a pit stop. So we are first, second, third, fourth, and sixth of the Inter tyre runners. We just really need now the virtual safety car to end, and this to be the right tyre to be on.
Just focus on that management.
Alright, virtual safety car is ending. It's not quite ready yet, it's got to be said, so we're going to try and save our tyres as much as possible here. We are deploying to try and make sure we don't lose out to the guys that are still on slicks as little as possible without eating the tyres. We're sort of treading a little bit of a fine line right now, and hopefully we're not going to hurt ourselves longer term here. I'm not too worried about burning the petrol because that should come back to us as we are right behind Max Verstappen now, and there is still, of course, DRS because the track has not yet been declared wet. It's still too hot on the tyres with Mick, so we just need to do our best, and we really do need some more rain right now, don't we? We desperately need some more rain. Oh, another virtual safety car! Another virtual safety car, and we could have stayed out and done a little bit better there, I think. So Leclerc has crashed, which is a shame for him, obviously. The rain just never quite managed to come, and yeah, the lap times weren't really there for us. Alright, so virtual safety car is about to end. The track is about to go to damp. The second virtual safety car was the one to stop at. Gasly and Perez are now first and second in this race as the track now goes to damp. So we'll be pushing on a little bit more now, and hopefully because this means no more DRS as well. But hopefully, if we can go a little bit with Max Verstappen and just rescue what we can. We've got only about halfway, just over halfway through the race, so there's still a long way to go. But the Inters will get us there without any problem. And now we just need to rely on the car having pace in the wet and hopefully get ourselves a decent result here. We're not a mile, you know, we're 13 and 18 seconds off the lead of the race. So it could certainly be a lot worse. Alright, so the track conditions have dipped into dry, which is not ideal. It's not dry enough to make a pit stop. It is dry enough for DRS though. So we're going to try and use that to our advantage, and we just drive straight past the McLaren. So that's very nice. So that is 7th and 9th now for us. Yeah, and obviously lap times will be fluctuating with track conditions, but it's supposed to rain again. This is supposed to be as dry as it gets. So yeah, we'll see how we go, but there's no need, I don't think, to stop and put on some dry tyres. You're not going to make the time back, I wouldn't have thought. So we just need to not eat them too badly. Oh, Albon got back past, you cheeky little mother. Let me get him back in to there. We should do, and is this a lap car? It is. So get out of the way. Ah, friggin' Haas. Get out of the way. Oh, and it's another virtual safety car. Can you believe it? You couldn't make it up. Who's crashed this time? Who's crashed this time? It is De Vries. So no one will miss him from the race, that's for sure. Alright, the virtual safety car is ending. The track is damp again, so we are going to hopefully now just be full send to the end. We're just going to churn up the tyres. 7th and 10th is not where we want to be. Thankfully, Verstappen is not having a good race either. Russell is picking up some good points for Red Bull, though. Yeah, it's not been a classic for Ferrari these last few episodes, has it? But we need to just try and rescue what we can here. What we could really use, actually, is a full safety car. But I don't think we're going to be quite as lucky as to get that. Now, can we go and get Albon? Maybe we should have deployed there, actually. I want to try and not use it too haphazardly because we need it. With no DRS, we need the ERS. But this is looking like a pretty good opportunity to go and get past Alexander Albon. So let's deploy. Can we get him into turn 1? We still don't have the fastest car in a straight line, do we? And at some point here, I'd like to get this overtake done. Please, Gio. Can we outbrake him into there? No, we sort of overlapped wheels. It looked a little bit there. It's okay. Okay, so Albon's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to get through. I wonder if he's deploying as well. Possibly, that's what's happened there. Alright, so next lap around, it was easy enough. I think maybe Albon was deploying. So we get him into turn, what's that, turn 4. And next up it is Norris. And Norris is hopelessly lacking for pace, it appears. So I'm not sure what he's done, but I'm hoping we're going to go and get him at the next lap here. In fact, I don't even think we'll need to deploy. He just looks quite slow, which is unlike Lando, isn't it? So it is 7th and 8th now. And I'm not sure there's much prospect of going further forward, although Mick was 2 seconds a lap faster than Sainz and Verstappen. And they're not a mile away, so there might be some more in this race for us yet. I'd really like at least one of us to finish ahead of Verstappen just to try and help Giovinazzi out a little bit, if nothing else. Alright, so Mick has been coming at Verstappen and Sainz at a second a lap. He's only half a second behind Verstappen, who himself is half a second behind Sainz. So we're going to try and do this. We've gone on to deploy, and we're going to try and knock both these guys off, hopefully this lap. And, yeah, I mean, he's just been absolutely flying. So there's no reason why he can't get some overtakes done. Particularly if Verstappen is sort of busy looking at the back of Sainz, we might be able to catch him off guard here. As he goes a little wide there, but no such luck. 10 laps to go. I don't know we'll get much further up the road than this. But it would, as I said, certainly be nice if we could go and get Max Verstappen. Oh, we've hit him! We've hit him. Now, has he hit us or have we hit him? We're going to have to pick Mick because he's destroyed his front wing, basically. But if he has sent Verstappen out of the race, I'm going to say that's worth it. I don't know if he's going to have a penalty or not. I don't know whose fault that was. I do
Pit
wonder.
control in the box.
I do wonder if it's
Boxing on
might be
Inters.
Verstappen's fault potentially.
And no more rain is expected.
So no more rain is expected. You know what? I wonder if with Mick, there's no more rain expected. I wonder if we put him on a soft tyre. Where is he on the track? Well, we've got a little bit of time. How fast is that track going? So time penalty for Mick, so he does get a time penalty. So it was his fault, but you know what? I'll accept that. And Verstappen is still in front of us, though. So it hasn't been maybe quite as good as it looked at first. So it looks like he's serving his pit penalty, is he? That was a pit stop issue. That wasn't even... Oh, Jesus Christ, Ferrari. That wasn't even the penalty. It was a 12-second stop. Although some of that would have been the front wing, of course. But 12th now for Mick. He's unlikely to score points from here. Alright, so there is 5 laps to go. The track is about to go to dry, and we have a decision to make as to whether or not we come into the pits. There is a few that are stopping. We're going to stop with Mick just so he serves the penalty and we kind of know roughly where we stand. If we were to come in and out, we'd probably be around about Sonoda. I think there's more for us to gain than lose from this, because if we can come in and now this of course relies on us nailing a stop, but if we can come in, nail a stop before perhaps 1 or 2 others do, then perhaps this does work in our advantage. Of course, the other side of things is that if we stay out, our car's going to be... I think they will be that much quicker, though, because the track's going to dry out quite quickly. 2.8 seconds, we got a good one. Mick comes in now. What's Mick going to do? Of course, he needs to serve the penalty. And then he needs to go. And so it's not a terrible 3-second stop. But let's see what Giovinazzi can do. Let's just deploy him with whatever he's got here. We need to be careful on the petrol. And Mick as well can be deployed. And again, we need to be a little bit careful on the petrol. But let's see what we get. This is going to be exciting. Verstappen has not stopped.
Caution on the battery.
Now, we were about 5 seconds behind Verstappen when we came in. So if we get back to sort of less than 5 seconds, then it's worked out. If we don't, then obviously it hasn't worked out. But time is going to tell, isn't it? How much quicker are we right now? We're not doing quicker laps. So the track, the track is not bone dry. That's the thing. But with 3 laps to go, Sainz has done a 106. We've done a 105. And Verstappen did a 109. Oh, it's only going to come more in our favour as well, isn't it? It's only going to get more in our favour, but I don't know that it's going to quite come around enough for us. Who is on the Inters? So Norris, Verstappen, so the front... Yeah. As Schumacher is losing out to Magnussen. Schumacher does have some damage. So this is Norris. And I assume we're going to just cruise straight past him, yeah. So that's the difference in speed. That was for position. There's 2 laps to go. Fastest laps are getting set all over the shop. We're 5 seconds a lap faster than Verstappen. I think it is going to end up working out for us, but it's not, because we're 7 seconds right now back. We're going to basically end up where we would have been anyway, I think. So, yeah, as another fastest lap goes this time to Albon, who's in the point, so he'll get that point. Another lap or 2 would have made it very interesting, but it looks like Verstappen is going to finish 6th. If we have anything, just use whatever we've got. Try and get to him. That's him there. That's him there. Come on, can we break his heart like he broke our heart in Canada? Come on, that's Verstappen. Come on. We don't have any battery out of the last corner, but we've got him. Have some of that, Max. Giovinazzi beats Verstappen. And that is going to close the gap. Well, not really, because Verstappen won the sprint race and we were rubbish. But a little bit of a high for this episode that has been full of lows. Giovinazzi 6th, Verstappen 7th. Excellent stuff. So up 3 for Giovinazzi, Max down 6. It's only a 2-point swing, but it's better than a kick in the balls, isn't it? So we'll take it. Gasly won the race. Pierre Gasly has won the race on a 2-stop ahead of Russell and Ocon. So a big race for Alpine, that one. And they must be climbing up the constructors. So Mick, a second scoreless race in a row, goes down 1. Giovinazzi doesn't actually outscore Verstappen over the weekend, of course, but limits the damage somewhat. And the constructors, massive race for Alpine, that one. And we are starting to fall heavily away from Red Bull lately, and Mercedes, and it has to be said Alpine, although they are still 100 points back, are coming right at us. So there we go, that is that. I apologise for forgetting to record the sprint race. It is Great Britain up next, the Silverstone Grand Prix, and that's, well, we'll see what happens. It's going the wrong way right now, isn't it? And some of that is my fault, some of that is bad luck, and some of that has been Giovinazzi's fault, but we need to start turning things around as quickly as possible, so let's hope we can do that at Silverstone. Take care.